Welcome to the Lucatino Show, where we can learn to reimagine our lifestyle.
Good morning, Sister Shivani. Thank you for your beautiful gift of time today again, to help us in this journey of awakening our souls and building better lives, for all of us and the people around us. We beautifully spoke about things that we could do on our last episode to start this journey. Today, I want to bring up three of my favorite words, easy to say, easy to discuss with my patients, but difficult for us to implement for whatever reasons: acceptance, letting go, and surrender. So I've been trying to study the best ways to manage stress over the last couple of years. And there's beautiful literature, there are beautiful quotes, there are spiritual readings. And finally, it all comes down to our ability to recognize what we should accept, what we should let go of, and when we should surrender. I would love for you to talk about this, Sister Shivani, because I do believe the root cause of most of our stress in life today is non acceptance or the inability to let go or the inability to find the strength and courage to surrender. In fact, when we try to do these things, we're left with more feelings of fear because we feel out of control. Thank you, sister.
So, when I understand I am a soul and I'm on this journey with my sanskars and my karma, then I understand so is everyone else. And when I understand the other person is also a soul on a journey, this is not their first costume, and this is not my first costume either. So, to remember that every soul has 5 types of personalities, 5 types of nature. Overall, it's called the personality. So, in Hindi, we call sanskar. Actually, there's no perfect translation of it in English. So, I just like to use the word sanskar, which means it's my emotional patterns of thinking, my sanskar. So, stress is a sanskar, peace and calm is also a sanskar, anger is a sanskar, empathy is also a sanskar. So, everything here, the habits of thinking. So there are 5 types of sanskars each soul has. The first one is what I'm carrying from my past journey. Every birth I created sanskars, and when the soul leave the costume, it comes with me. So a baby born already has sanskars and already has karma. So the destiny of the child is already created when the child is in the womb of the mother, even though the child has not done any karma yet. The child has not done any karma yet. And when the child is born, some of us get a horoscope made from the Panditji. And that horoscope is saying, it's an astrological prediction which is saying this is what will happen at the age of 10, this is what will happen after 20 years. How are they able to say that? The child has not done any karma yet. It is because the child has already come with their destiny, which means what they created based on their karma. It's already come as those milestones in their life. So, past life sanskars. Second is sanskars which I get from my family, from my parents, my family. Third is sanskars that I get from my environment. Where do I stay? Which country? Which locality? Which city? Which friends? Today, media is an environment. The power of the company, it colors me. Fourth type of sanskars is willpower. Even if I've carried anything from the past, any sanskar I've got from my family, anything I picked up on this journey, I have the power to change any sanskar. So our fourth folder is willpower. And fifth folder is those 7 sanskars which we saw last time: purity, peace, power, love, happiness, knowledge, and bliss. So now my way of looking at people will start changing, so that I cannot accept people unless I understand who they are, because I'm looking at them through a label of my parent should be like this because this is how an ideal parent should be. My spouse should be like this because this is how a spouse should be. So the do's and don'ts which society has created of how a particular role should be. But we are not roles. We are the soul playing the role. So the role can be the same, but different actors are going to play it differently depending on the personality of the actor. Now, I may have a spouse who is very possessive, very insecure, even though I may be the most loyal person on the planet. And so I just cannot understand that in spite of my honesty, my authenticity, my loyalty, why does this person keep doubting me? Why is this person so insecure? Why is this person so possessive? So I start taking it so personally, and I see this person has a problem with me, and I'm being humiliated, I'm being doubted. Then some of us go in for a past life regression to understand why all these things came happening in our life. And so past life regression teaches me that this is what this person had gone through. This is the karma you had created with them. This is what both of you had created last time. And so this is what is happening as a result of last time interaction. So past life regression helps people to understand themselves and helps people to understand the other person. Now, spiritually, I don't find the need to go through a past life regression. I just know the truth that yes, this soul has come with a sanskar. Somewhere in some lifetime, they were betrayed. They had a lot of trust in someone. They were betrayed. And so, trust is equal to pain has got recorded here for them. It's like if a soul left the body in the floods. So, water is equal to pain, is recorded here. So, in this costume, initially, that soul will fear water because that water was the element because of which that soul lost everything. The soul actually saw their family slipping out of their hands, their house breaking down, and the body, they were losing everything. That was the last impression recorded here. Now that soul enters a new costume. Parents might want to make them a national level swimmer, and the child will panic at the sight of a swimming pool. Expectations. I am a swimmer, my child should be a swimmer. I will never be able to accept the fear of the child of water. I will worry, I will be anxious, I will compare the child with others, I will criticize the child, I will ridicule the child. But then I understand. Someone comes and tells me, you know what? Last year there was this flood. This soul left the costume in that flood. One piece of understanding, and I shift from expectations that my child should be like this to I accept the fear of the water. It is only one piece of knowledge, one understanding. If I keep saying my spouse should trust me because I'm honest, I'm loyal, I will keep creating hurt for the rest of my life. Someone comes and tells me, you know what? Last time, which means in a previous birth, this soul blindly trusted somebody. And you know what happened with them? This and this happened with them. Because of which their life was traumatized. And now the soul in this costume. So obviously, the soul fears trust. It is nothing to do with me. It is to do with the sanskar that soul has carried. The minute I understand this, I shift from I expect trust to I say, I understand why you are in pain. Because now it's not about I, now it's about you. Now I understand why you are in pain, why you doubt, why you are insecure. So I cannot understand any of this till I'm looking at people only as roles and positions and relationships, because then it's like my expectations. But when I understand they're a soul on a journey, I've got sanskars with them and also karmic patterns, understanding becomes easy. So acceptance is the second stage. First is I understand you. I understand you means I understand why you are the way you are. I understand why our relationship is the way it is. I understand why this situation is coming into my life the way it is. For some people, repeated effort still not getting the result desired. Some people, repeated patterns of a disease in spite of taking good care. So the question is why? I expect I'm working hard, I should be healthy. Then I understand my emotional pattern, my karma baggage that I have carried with me, I have to resolve. So the whys finish. Why? So I have shifted from the first step of expectation to understanding. I understand why this is happening. Second is I accept what is happening. Accept means now no more critical judgmental thinking. That's all. I accept means it is a full stop to all my negative and waste thoughts that I was creating. Why? How? It's like you stay in Mumbai. So suppose you're staying in Santa Cruz and you're staying close to the airport. Every 5 minutes there is a flight. Someone is staying close to a railway station. Every 2 minutes there is the sound of the train. If I come and stay there, I might not be able to sleep the entire night. But the people living in that house are deep sleep. Why? I expect silence. They have accepted where they have chosen to live. So acceptance is power. It is only one thought. It's not some base. There's a lot long process that has to be done. I was in somebody's house and they were meditating. That person was meditating and he came out of the meditation room and he started shouting at his wife actually. I said, you just came out of meditation and you're getting angry. He says, my wife chooses to talk to her sister on the phone only in those 10 minutes when I'm meditating. She should do it at another time. And in the same time, there was this vegetable vendor who was crossing the lane, shouting, selling all the vegetables. I said, look at that noise. That was not disturbing you. He's saying, which noise? I said, can't you hear that sabji wala shouting? He said, sabji wala hai. So obviously he's going to sell. I said, so but that sabji wala is louder than your wife. So he said, but I expect my wife to take care and be silent when I'm meditating. I accept the vegetable vendor. I expect my wife. So it's not the noise which is the irritant. It is my thought of expectation and acceptance which creates the chaos here, not the noise. So when I start understanding people, start understanding karma patterns, I first say I understand them. Second, I have to say this to myself. It's an affirmation. It's an affirmation because I expect is a very deep rooted affirmation of many births. So I say I accept them. Accept them doesn't mean that everything will remain as it is. My next journey is to change. But to create a change, it has to begin with accept. Because when I say I accept you, I'm saying I put a full stop to all negative waste thoughts. Then I have the power to create the high vibrational pure thoughts. And that's where the magic of transformation will start. So even if it's a disease in my body, if I say, why did this happen? How could this happen? I took great care. It's only going to be a resistance. Me and my body are not going to be hand in hand throughout the treatment because I'm rejecting. I'm rejecting what I did. I'm rejecting what the body has manifested. But when I say, I accept this has come, now with a very silent mind, I focus only on the present karma of healing. So acceptance only stops negative and waste thoughts. Acceptance doesn't mean, okay, then this is it, and this is how I will live. No, then people don't understand acceptance the right way. Oh, so that means I have to accept them and live like this. No, I accept and start the power of transformation. So I understand them, I accept them. And now, third, suppose this soul had a sanskar of doubt. I start creating an affirmation for them, which we call a blessing. So I start blessing them with a higher vibrational energy that you are a powerful soul. Trusting comes natural to you. So this becomes my affirmation for them. You are a powerful soul. Trusting comes natural to you. And you and me have a great relationship. I just start creating this thought here. For example, the same child who fears water, the parents don't allow the child to live in fear for the rest of his life. They will keep taking him closely towards the water, one step at a time, keep saying, you're powerful, this is easy for you, because then they are helping the soul to record a new impression. Water is equal to comfort. Previous impression was water is equal to losing everything. Water was equal to fear. So allowing the soul to record a new impression so that the soul releases the past impression. So helping people to overcome fear of water, overcome fear of heights is easy because it's physical, so we understand it. But helping people to overcome doubt, overcome their sanskars, even domestic violence. Obviously when we see a scene of domestic violence, it's like it's all about me. I am the victim. I am the victim of the domestic violence, which is a fact, and we should not allow it to happen. But take a minute to understand the one who is doing it. Why are they doing it? What is the issue there? Why would somebody indulge in something like this? It is not that they're hurting me physically, is the truth, but they are in pain emotionally. Anybody who's emotionally strong and healthy and powerful will not indulge in anything of this sort. So all this understanding starts happening, and that's when we shift from expectations to acceptance. Compassion comes natural, and then starts our journey to help them to change their sanskar, or to help myself to change my sanskar. I also have to accept my uncomfortable sanskars. I've come with a lot of uncomfortable sanskars. I can't live my life saying, why am I like this? I shouldn't be like this. I shouldn't have done this. No change will happen. It will only be a depletion. So I accept I've come with this. I accept I've made this mistake. Not live in guilt. Spirituality teaches us no guilt for more than 1 second. You want to be guilty? 1 second. You're not getting any more time to create waste thoughts about why, how, what. Immediately, now what? Now what I have to do? Before, earlier we were taught you should be guilty. How come you're not guilty? You should be guilty that you made a mistake. Spirituality says you already lost power while making the mistake. Now don't lose any more power in thinking why and how. Accept. So acceptance only means that. One thought, and now the thought only shifts to a solution, shifts towards a transformation, shifts towards healing, whether it's healing my sanskar, healing my body, healing my relationship, or also at work. So understanding soul, sanskar, and karma actually makes it very easy to do that. Letting go is of what I was holding on to. I was holding on to something. So I was holding on to my image about you. I was holding on to my hurt that I created because of the other person's behavior. I was holding on to, so letting go is here. There's nothing much to let go here. I don't have to let go of anybody outside. Nothing. Let go is all internal. Let go of all the clutter that I have created here. Let go of the image that I have created about myself. Let go of all the expectations. So let go of everything which makes me stand like this in life and says, I need, I want, because then I'll always stand like this. So I have to let go of this sanskar and shift to I am, I give. So every time I say I want, I take a pause, change that thought. I don't want, I am, I give. Just one thought, and the mind changes its vibration, it changes its frequency, and life will start changing. So, acceptance, letting go of the clutter that I had created, and surrender is a very beautiful feeling. But we need to also understand it the right way, because people feel surrender means acha to surrender. Whatever is happening, now let it happen, surrender. No, that's also here. You continue working hard, you continue making effort on everything that you are doing. And surrender means I am doing the right karma, and I surrender with the faith that the right karma will only create a beautiful destiny. And I surrender that whatever is going to happen with me, to me, is going to be beneficial for me. I have created that, and I surrender to that every time. That I know whatever is happening in my life is right for me, is beneficial for me. So then my way of handling every situation changes. Everything changes. But when I say this problem has come into my life, this crisis has come into my life, then I am in resistance with that situation. So the acceptance helps us to surrender to the outcome that is now going to happen. Because I accept, so no negative thoughts. I work hard, that is my present karma, and I surrender with the faith that right karma will always create a beautiful destiny. So all three would work hand in hand, but all three need to be understood that none of them means, okay, then whatever it is, let it be. They don't mean that. They actually mean shifting from living the life of a victim and saying, Bichari mein, everything goes wrong always with me, people are not right to me, life is not fair to me. Shifting from all this and shifting to taking charge first of your mind and then of your life. So you become a master. Because you're able to become a master here, take charge, and automatically life starts moving in harmony with you, because you have first taken care here. What we are trying to do is we're trying to take care here without taking care here. But life is created from here. So I cannot change my situations, I cannot heal my relationships, I cannot heal my body unless I first take care here. So then it's incomplete. I'm trying to work on things outside here. So acceptance, letting go, and surrender is here. Come through that into karma outside and then see how life starts taking a turn.
Sister, that's so beautifully put together. And I actually have a completely different perception now from what I first believed about acceptance, letting go, and surrender. So what I'm hearing from you is even if I have that past impression, I can override it with a new impression. And that
Absolutely.
comes again through my practice, through repetition, through knowledge, through everything that you spoke about. And the second thing that I'm understanding is surrender is not from a space of defeat. Surrender is again from a space of acceptance, moving away from expectation, and letting go. That's amazing.
Surrender will bring you in harmony with your situations. And if not, then we are like this. So when we are rejecting, see, when I have an expectation, then I'm not happy with what's happening in my life. So I'm already creating this thought that what's happening with me is not right. So when I say what's happening with me is not right, it becomes my affirmation. Our thoughts are our affirmations. Affirmations are not only those 5, 10 thoughts which we create and we consciously repeat. My every thought, if created 8 to 10 times a day, is an affirmation. So if there is an issue in my life, we are going to think and speak 1,000 times. This did not happen right. This did not happen right with me. They did not do right. So I go on radiating this affirmation that people are not right with me, situations are not right with me, my body is not. So that affirmation starts manifesting. And so more of not right starts happening because I am saying it's not happening right with me. And now I change my affirmation. My first thought when there is a situation, it should be whatever has happened has come for my benefit. Even in cancer patients, you must have heard many times, but I've also heard a few times. So many patients who've gone through the healing, and of course, they've come out very strong. But so many of them will say, gratitude. Gratitude to that disease, gratitude to this particular scene in my life, because it has changed the way I look at life. It has changed the way I treat my body. Even the family of the one who's gone through the disease benefits so much. I mean, everything changes in their house. Their priorities change, their way of looking at life changes. They value the health of their body, so everybody goes through a healthy lifestyle. And none of this would have happened. None of this would have happened had that little cancer not come home. So, but instead of saying this after 2 years or 5 years, I want to start saying it the day it comes. So that is acceptance. That if you have come into my life, there's a very good reason for this. It has come because there's going to be benefit now out of this. So immediately, situation, I have overpowered the situation. When I say this situation has come for my good, then I am above the situation. And once I'm above the situation, now I am in control. But if I say, this is a crisis in my life, everything seems to be going wrong, then the situation overpowers me. And if the situation overpowers me, now I'm helpless. And so situation may get resolved tomorrow, but I have lived like a victim through that time. So the impressions that will get recorded here, the karma that will happen here is I am a victim. Life is not fair. Nothing is happening right with me. So first thought, this has become for me now, it's practice. It happens by default. It is like somebody gives you a gift, thank you comes by default. You don't pause to think that you have to say the thank you. Similarly, any situation, whatever may be the magnitude of the situation, stuck in a traffic jam or the biggest disease, situation comes, first thought, this has come for my benefit. Now start taking care. Now start working with the situation. Become the master and now work on the situation, not the victim.
So, sister, thank you so much for explaining that. That's actually touched a deep part of my heart because I go through patients saying that every day. And I love the book that you gifted me last time on one thought because that just ties in with everything that you're saying. So if I'm hit with a situation in life now, what is that first thought will determine how I feel. And what I really love what you said, what you spoke about is you're taking power away from the situation. You're taking power away from this disease. Like we get no benefit by giving the problem more power. And I really, really love that one thought and how we can take the power away so that we are in power, and then we can move to action and, do whatever has to be done. Sister Shivani, thank you so much for your beautiful thoughts on acceptance, letting go, and surrender. I know it's made a difference in my life just practicing these three words. And I love the way you've explained it to all of us. Thank you so much for your time.
Shukriya. Okay.
Stay tuned for more. We're going to continue our journey, learning, sharing, and evolving.